3.5, if a is a positive number and the limit of u sub n when n goes to infinity is 0, calculate the following limits. Okay, so the first one is the limit when n goes to infinity of the cosine of b over n plus a times the sine of b over n to the n. Now if you think about it, when b over n, when n goes to 0, this is going to 0, so the cosine of 0 is 1, and then the sine of 0 is going to be 0, so then the basis is going to be 1, and this is going to infinity, so this is a classical 1 to the infinity indetermination, and this is exactly equal to e to the c, where c is the limit when n goes to infinity of n, the exponent, times this plus this minus 1. Okay? Now we know that the cosine of b over n, so b over n is going to 0. Okay, so when the cosine of something that is going to 0 minus 1 is asymptotically equivalent to minus b squared over 2n squared. Okay, so it's 1 over 2 over this, so times this. So then we can separate the limit in two terms. So this is the limit when n goes to infinity of n times the cosine of b over n minus 1, and then plus the limit when n goes to infinity of n times a sine of b over n. Okay? Now, using this, we can rewrite the first term like this. So this is the limit when n goes to infinity of n, and then times minus b squared over 2n squared. And then the same thing with the sine. The sine of b over n is asymptotically equivalent to b over n. So this is the limit when n goes to infinity of n times a times b over n. Okay? This is going to 0 because this is n over n squared, so 0, and then you have n and n, so the limit is a b. Okay, so c is equal to a times b, so the limit is e to the a b. Okay? Now in second, we have the limit when n goes to infinity of a minus b times un, a plus u sub n, sorry, and then to the 1 over u sub n. And again, this is a minus something that is going to 0 divided by a that's divided by something that is going to 0, so it's 1, and then 1 over 0 is going to infinity. So again, just like before, this is e to the c, and c is the limit when n goes to infinity of 1 over u sub n, and then a minus b u sub n, a plus u sub n minus 1. So limit when the limit when n goes to infinity of 1 over u sub n, a minus b u sub n minus a minus u sub n all over a plus u sub n, and then you have a, and this is the limit when n goes to infinity of u sub n minus 1 minus b over a plus u sub n and everything multiplied by 1 over u sub n. This thing and this thing cancel each other out, and then so you have minus 1 minus b divided by this, but this is going to 0, so the limit of this is minus 1 plus b over a. Okay, this is c, so the limit is e to the minus 1 plus b over